Hello, we're going to talk about the LAMP Words for Life iPad app today. We're going to start out by turning on the iPad. So there is a button that looks like this on the top of the iPad that you just hold down. It should come on, and then you'll open it up to where your app is. We have it in a folder here. It looks like this, Words for Life, and it says LAMP. Click on that. And it basically right out opens up the original layout, which is an 84 unit layout. There are 3 layouts within this app that are used that you can copy from, and to get to the other ones I'll show you real quick. Click on vocab up in the corner and then choose new vocab, and you can see up here these are the 3 main layouts. There's the 84 one hit, which is just going to be these 84 pictures with no links to them, so just the word. So you can click on them and they say them as you go. For 84 transition, it's got some more buttons that can lead to other things. So when you click on My, for example, you can go to that page and it says My. And then there's the 84 full version, which has a lot more links to it. So for example, like if you click on Come, you've got all kinds of animal categories that it links to, as well as various uses of the verb and related verbs. And then when you click on animals, you can get a whole new page with certain animals by category. So there's these varied options for different types of clients depending on what their vocabulary and their communication needs are. Go back to the main page. So another one important thing to point out that's really handy is the word finder, which can be useful especially when you're in the full version, because sometimes you won't remember where a certain word is, like elephant. So it'll show you the progression of how to get to that. So you go to Menu, Word Finder, and then you're going to type in the word you want. So let's do elephant. Get this P. And then find. And then it's going to tell you which buttons to push to get to where you want to go. So for this specific word, we're going to click on Come, and then the next one would be Zoo, and then it'll get you to elephant. So I'll show you how to do that. So you have Come, and then we're going to go to Zoo Animals, and then elephant. And then you can, yeah, it should say it. Okay, so that's one of the most useful buttons on here. And then if we want to talk about how to modify a page, these 3 pages are the core pages, and the app doesn't let you modify them so that you always have your main layout pages, but you can save a copy of any of them and then you can go ahead and modify that copy. So to do that, we can go to vocab and choose new vocab, and then we can do Menu and copy a vocab. And as you can see here, we've got all the top 3 that you can copy, or you can copy from one that you've already made. It takes a while for it to load a new copy, so I'll show you what, like if you wanted to copy the one hit, it lets you title it and give a description if you want, and then you would save. To save time for the video, I won't make a whole new one. I already made one, so we're going to do, I made one and called it Hannah, so you can go in there, and I copied this from the full page. So now that we're in our own page, we can make some modifications. So first, I will show you how to make some changes with buttons, like hiding them. So let's say I wanted to hide the like button. First push menu, and then edit page, and then you can click a button, so like. So it gives you the choices of editing it, deleting it, or copying the button and the style to use on another page. I'm gonna just go ahead and edit it. Deleting it would make it completely gone from this page, which you may or may not want to do, but editing has some more options. So you could change the name of the button. You can change the picture, like if you wanted to put your own picture in, or choose a different one from the stored images within this app. Lets you change things like, does it have the label at the top for the word? Is the text bolded? So for certain important words, you might want to bold them for some individuals. And then for visible, so right now it's on, so if I wanted it to be not visible, I'm going to go off and then save. And then I'm going to say done for my editing. And now you can see that button's hidden. So, yeah, now we're going to talk about how to add a new button. So we're going to go to...
Alright, so for adding a new button, now that we've talked about hiding a button, we go to the same, we select menu there. And then we go to edit page, right there. And then we will create a new button is what we'll select.
Yeah, that's okay. So we're going to do, since we've got this all full here, I think we can do here, we can edit this button since it was an old one, and we didn't delete it entirely yet. So we can do this, and we can change this to be a new button. So we could import select
an image there and pick one from another option of other sets of symbols.
So
such as a body part name, so we could add like back. Ankle there.
Then you can change this. So BA. CK. Just gonna delete the old word.
Right, then we can hit save.
So now
we have a new button.
Yes, we will have a new button there, which need to unhide it. Make it visible, so that's all you have to do to unhide it. And save again, and then done editing. And now we have the back button there, so you can add new ones like that.
Okay, so we also have some options for changing the click sounds on the app. When you click a button, you can hear a click usually when you select it. And if you decide you want that sound to go away, you can go to menu and then settings. And then from settings, you're able to go to navigation.
Oh, we're out here. It's at the top. Yeah. Button click
navigation,
sound.
Yeah, so button click sound, and you can do on or off for that. So and then once it's saved, you can hit done.
And we can also, in this section,
change our the speech that we're selecting. So we'll go to settings again, and then we'll scroll down to speech.
There.
Yeah, which is right there. And do voice, and we can select which voice we'd like to use, and there are a lot of different options, as you can see.
Hi, I'm Joey, one of the available high-quality text-to-speech voices. Select download now to install my voice.
Okay.
So you have different options of ones you can download, which is pretty nice.
And you can also change the rate and the pitch on the voice here.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, in this space, we have an area where you can add a menu passcode for editing. In case you have a device with someone and you don't want them to accidentally be editing it, maybe with a child, so you can do that here and just push it on, and then you can make your password. So that can be useful for certain individuals. Got some other stuff on here that if you're looking for basic changes like font and number of lines, whether you want it to speak in words, sentences. We have it on words right now. And then there's also the availability to use it to log the activity and to go on to social networking. So you can turn those capabilities on or off.
And you can be on social networking directly from the app. So you can actually be on Facebook with this app and write messages, do status updates, and that kind of thing. So another thing we can do from this main page is we can create an entirely new page from this page that we've edited, because you can't do that directly from the core vocab list. But from here we're able to create a new page. So for that we'll go to menu, then we'll go to edit page again. Oops, that was settings. So menu, edit page. Then we'll do menu again, and then add new page. So then here you see you can add a page name. You can choose how many buttons you'd like in the page.
Yeah,
sure. So for this, like, I could title it my name, Natalie, or Nat. And then select how many buttons or the size of the page you'd like. So like here, we could stick 84 position is the main one for this, so that's the one you select. Then you could import images, select images, and pick your own background color. And then you're able to save and keep that information for later.
You got your new page.
And so from here, you're able to add buttons to each of these blank spaces, just like we showed earlier with adding a new button.
And you can copy buttons that are already made or make up your own like we did earlier.
So we can do create a new button or copy an existing button. Those are your two options. You're also able to create a button that links to a new page. So we could actually create a button that linked to this page, for example. Oh, let me go back to that. We'll do done. And we'll go from this page, the first page that we created. So we'll create a link on here. We'll use our back button again. So we'll select menu, and then edit page, and then you select the button that you want to link to the new page. So for example, back, and then edit this button, and then label the button. It's already labeled, and we have everything there that we'd like. And then we add an action, so we'll do visit.
It's down at the very bottom.
And then hit visit again, and then we can pick the page we want it to add to. So it should be down under Nat, what we saved it as, all the way at the bottom, near the bottom.
There we go.
There we go. And we'll say no animation for that, and then we can save. So then when we hit back,
editing.
Hit done. And then when we hit back in our main page, it links to this new page, Nat, and then we could add more buttons here, so you could talk more about back on this page or other body parts or that kind of thing. Let's see. We can also use different features on the LAMP app to create use the vocabulary builder to help teach different motor patterns to teach how to get to certain buttons. So for that, we'll go to menu, vocab builder. Okay, and then you select the different words that you want to that you want to teach the motor patterns for. So once we've selected vocab builder, we'll say disable all those buttons, and then we can select the words that we want to teach. So, for example, able and ability. And then we'll mask the buttons and then save our list. And we'll create a file name for that. Able. Okay, so it saves successfully. Then we'll say done. Oh, and we have our new file, so it's going to teach us how to get there. We have think, then enable, then able, and think, enable, ability. So that's teaching us those patterns, how to get there. So,
and to get back out of that, we'd go to menu, vocab builder, and turn off mask buttons. And that will take us back to our original page.
Yes, and from here we can also prevent editing to all those vocab changes that you've done. So for that one,
that's on the settings. Yeah, that's back here where we can do the passwords. So we can turn that on and make a password, and do that. And then so
you would have to put in that passcode to make any changes.
Right, yeah.
Keeping the kiddos from doing anything you don't want them to do on there. All of that being said, that's the majority of the device itself. One last thing, we have troubleshooting that we can use on here. You can go to menu and then help. And that'll link you to a frequently asked question kind of section that gives you different pathways on the device, just like we've talked about in this video, to help you make new buttons and all of those kinds of things. Also at the bottom, I think, or maybe
up here, yeah,
oh,
you can take a link to the training and support webpage that's got more tutorials and information and more detail about how to do certain things with this app.
Yes.
So
once you have the how to work the device mastered, you can talk about different things to use in therapy for those. And there's a website called AAC Language Lab that gives different ideas for how to use the device in therapy. So one of the free lesson plans that they have on the website is how to teach negatives, so the no and don't and those kinds of things. And in the lesson plans, they give different examples of how to model, how to use the device, or how to generalize what you've modeled and taught them into other settings. So for example, one book that the AAC Language Lab has online is called No, No, Don't Eat That. I'll just show you. No, no, don't eat that. And so they give different ways to help teaching no and don't and different types of rejection words using this book. So to do that, you could model as you're reading this book to your student. Eat. If you had eat, that would give them the pathway, modeling the pathway of how to get to eat. Eat. And then you could also teach don't or no, not, and then don't. Don't. And eat don't. Eat don't or don't eat. And once you've modeled those different phrases in therapy, you could do the hand over hand to get them to the different buttons. And then you can use that in the book setting. And the book that they provide on the AAC Language Lab offers a lot of repetitive phrases. So while you're reading the book, for example, they make it kind of fun and silly. Should we eat that bug? Eat it. And then we'll say, no. Don't eat that, or don't eat, that kind of thing.
So we get some repetition in there with some words, some commonly used words, so they'll get used to using those words on their device, and it's in a fun play activity.
And it makes it kind of silly. And then when you're reading the book as well, if they want to stop reading this book, if they don't like it, they can say, don't Don't. Read. Read. Don't read. Don't read. And whenever they say something like that, if they don't want to read it, if they don't like that activity, you have to make sure to respond to what they're communicating to you. So no matter what they say on the device, it's important to respond. Or we could say stop. Stop. Stop, read, that kind of thing.
They get chances to request and decline activities and play a part in what you're doing in therapy as well.
You could have more read, my turn, if they want to turn the page. And with all of the hiding buttons that we showed, you can hide certain buttons on the app if you're really trying to teach certain words in therapy. So if you really want to get my turn and more, stop, getting nonverbal clients to initiate communication, you could hide other buttons and let those be the primary ones that they use in the therapy situation if you feel that's appropriate. And then you could also give them a chance once you've done some modeling and you have a device out next to them. You could have different choices of games, and you could do play, and they could say play toys, or
you can even pick something within those. So
you'd have to make sure you had the appropriate toys out and that they could pick options from among those. And if it's an option of something they could say, you want to make sure you have it.
Yep.
And that is the LAMP app for iPad.
It's a great app to use. Got a lot of versatility to it. So,
and it's a less expensive app given that it's on the iPad. It's really portable, and it goes off the idea that the students can learn motor planning to be able to memorize the paths to get to different words, which has been proven to work for a lot of kiddos.
So when you're done with the app, you can just close out of it with the round button on the iPad, and then you're good to go. That's all.
Thanks.
Thank you.